Welcome to the Business English Podcast, the show that helps you communicate more effectively and confidently in the workplace. I'm your host, Chloe.
And I'm Alex. It's great to be with you today.
We have a really practical topic for you today, something that can make a huge difference in your professional relationships.
That's right, we're talking about small talk, specifically how to make small talk with clients and customers. It's a skill that can feel a bit awkward or unnecessary, but mastering it can be your secret weapon for building strong, lasting business connections.
Absolutely. It's about more than just talking about the weather, it's about building rapport. So, Alex, let's start with the big question. Why is small talk so important in a business context? Some people might see it as just filling silence.
That's a great question, and I think that's a common misconception. It's not just filler, it's the foundation of the relationship. When you engage in genuine small talk, you're showing the other person that you see them as a human being, not just a business transaction.
Right, it humanizes the interaction.
Exactly. It builds trust. Think about it. If a client feels a personal connection with you, they're more likely to trust your expertise, they're more likely to be loyal to your company, and they're more likely to forgive small mistakes.
That makes perfect sense. It's the difference between a transactional relationship and a partnership. You're moving from vendor to trusted advisor.
Mm-hmm. And that shift is incredibly valuable. It can lead to better negotiations, more open communication, and ultimately more successful projects. It's a small investment of time that pays huge dividends.
A small investment for huge dividends. I like that. So it's really a strategic communication tool.
Totally. The small in small talk is misleading. Its impact can be massive.
Okay, so we've established the why. Now let's get into the how. Starting a conversation can be the hardest part. What do you even talk about?
Yeah, that initial hurdle can be tough. Nobody wants to be the person who says, "So, nice weather we're having," right?
Right, especially if the weather is terrible.
A great tool to have in your back pocket is the FORM method. It's a simple acronym FORM. It gives you four safe and effective areas to explore.
Okay, form. Let's break it down. What's the F?
F stands for family. Now, you have to be careful here. You don't want to get too personal, but a simple, light question can be very effective.
For sure. So instead of asking, are you married, you could say something like, do you have any family in the area? Or if you see a photo on their desk, is that your family? They look lovely.
Exactly. It opens the door without being intrusive. Okay, so next is O, which stands for occupation.
Occupation. This one seems easy since you're in a business context, but I think there's a trick to it.
You're right. Don't just ask, "What do you do?" You likely already know that. Go deeper. Ask about their role in a way that shows genuine interest.
Like, what's the most exciting project you're working on right now? Or how did you get into this line of work?
Perfect. It shows you're interested in their professional journey, not just their job title.
Okay, so we have F for family, O for occupation. What's R?
R is for recreation. This is where you can find common ground and really build a connection. It's about hobbies and interests outside of work.
Yeah, this is a great one. You could ask, did you do anything fun over the weekend? Or any big plans for the upcoming holiday?
And if they mention something you're also interested in, like hiking or a specific TV show, that's your chance to connect. Oh, you're a fan of that show too. What did you think of the last episode?
That shared interest creates an instant bond. Okay, last one. M. What does the M stand for?
M is for motivation. This is about their goals, dreams, or things they're looking forward to. It's a bit more forward looking.
That's interesting. So you could ask something like, what are you most looking forward to this quarter? Or if they mentioned a recent success, what's the next big goal for your team?
Right. It shows you care about their success and their future. It aligns you with their objectives. So, to recap, family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. Form. It's a simple but powerful guide.
The form method is a fantastic framework, but let's give our listeners some actual phrases they can use to kick things off. How about we do a quick role play?
I love it. Okay, I'll be the client, you be the professional starting the call.
Perfect. Ring ring. Okay, let's say we're on a video call. I'd start with something like, "Hi, Alex, thanks for making the time today. Before we dive in, I was just noticing that painting behind you. It's fantastic. Is there a story behind it?"
Oh, thanks for noticing, Chloe. Yes, it's by a local artist I really admire. I picked it up at a gallery downtown last month.
See? Simple, observant, and personal. It immediately starts the conversation on a warm human note. Another great opener is to reference a recent company event or news.
Right, something like, I saw on LinkedIn that your company just won an award. Congratulations, that's fantastic news for the team.
Exactly. It shows you're paying attention and you're invested in their success. Now, the other key part is active listening. It's not just about asking the question, it's about what you do with the answer.
Absolutely. You need to ask follow up questions. If I mention that local artist, you could ask, that's great. Are there any other local artists you'd recommend? It keeps the conversation flowing naturally.
And then comes the tricky part for some people, how to gracefully end the small talk and move on to business.
The transition. Yes, it can feel abrupt if you don't handle it well.
A good way to do it is to acknowledge the pleasant conversation and then bridge to the agenda. For example, "Well, it's been great to hear about the art scene in your city. I'd love to chat more about that later, but I'm conscious of your time, so perhaps we should jump into the agenda for today."
That's a perfect transition. It's smooth, respectful of their time, and it signals a clear shift in focus without being rude. You could also say, speaking of exciting things, the reason for our call today is to discuss the new project proposal, which I think you'll find very exciting.
Oh, that's a clever one, tying the transition into the topic of conversation. I like that a lot.
So, we've covered what to do, but it's just as important to know what not to do. There are definitely some conversational landmines to avoid.
For sure, these are the topics that can make people uncomfortable and damage the rapport you're trying to build.
Right at the top of the list, I'd put what I call the big three: politics, religion, and money.
Absolutely. Those topics are deeply personal and can be very divisive. You just don't go there in a professional setting, especially with a client.
Exactly. When I say money, I mean things like salary, how much something costs, or personal finances. It's just off limits.
Another thing I would add is to avoid complaining or being overly negative.
That's a huge one.
Nobody wants to start a business meeting by hearing you complain about the traffic, your terrible morning, or another colleague. It just brings the energy down.
It really does. You want to be a positive presence, a problem solver. Keep the conversation light and optimistic. The goal is to build a bridge, not dig a trench.
Build a bridge, not dig a trench. I love that. A perfect summary. Well, that brings us to the end of our discussion on small talk. Let's do a quick recap of the key takeaways.
Sounds good. First, remember that small talk isn't small at all. It's a powerful tool for building trust and rapport.
Second, use the form method, family, occupation, recreation, motivation, as a guide for safe and effective conversation topics.
Third, practice active listening, ask follow up questions, and learn to transition smoothly from small talk to the business at hand.
And finally, steer clear of sensitive topics like politics, religion, and money, and always keep the tone positive.
That about covers it. We hope these tips help you feel more confident in your next client interaction. For a full transcript of today's episode and a list of useful phrases, head over to our website at businessenglishpodcast.com.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Join us next time for another episode of the Business English Podcast.
Bye for now.